Well, good morning, ladies. It appears if everything's full again. What's new? Well, the combine is serviced and greased and blown off and all that fun stuff. And the semi is here, so it's time to get after it. All right, well, we're rolling again. Corn's rolling in. Hopefully, we will be switched to beans here in about an hour and a half. I got a little bit left here, not much, and we'll switch to beans and hopefully knock out 100 acres or so of them today. Now I'm gonna put some fuel in this thing. While it's fueling up, I'm gonna start unlashing the head, get hooked onto the bean head, get switched over, and hopefully cut some beans. There is quite a bit going on right now. Started cutting beans right here around the house, and they're doing really well. Got the field north of the farm done, working on the field south of the farm. Grain car operator, hammering down, doubling as a truck driver / grain facility operator. So he's got her whipped. We're gonna go cut more beans. I didn't really get to record much. It was pretty awesome though. The guy that helped me get started farming, he's not able to get in any equipment anymore. He doesn't get around very good. But I was able to get him up. I got him in the backhoe bucket and set him up in the combine, and he's been riding around with me. And he's never rode in this combine. Never been able to get up in the cab, so I got him up in here since we were right next to the farm, and he was riding in here, and we got into some beans that were 90 and 100 bushel beans out through here, and boy, he was just grinning ear to ear watching that. So I was really glad we were able to get him in the combine this year. I know that did him a lot of good, but as you can see, they are making really good beans. They tapered off on that far end. There's kind of a clay point over there, but this side of the field, there's some pretty phenomenal beans up through here. So nice and clean, no weeds out here. Make sure this field looked good because it's the view that I get out of my bedroom window. This is some beautiful running and a beautiful evening. Couldn't ask for a better night. And yeah, technically I'm working on a Sunday, but when you love what you're doing, is it really working on a Sunday? I mean, come on. Doesn't get much better than this. We're just out here enjoying life. Slow and steady. Taking a dump. They are definitely pretty dry out here. A lot of dust rolling. Cleaned them up pretty good, pretty clean sample. Pretty much set it where I had it set the first go around, where I got it dialed in. I wrote my settings down, and I had this thing switched from corn to beans in about 15 minutes today, so not a bad job to do at all. I just got to thinking about it, and I hope that my wife put the windows up because all the windows in the house are down right now, or they were all open, so hopefully we don't have a house full of bean dust. Just got to thinking about that. I'm gonna call her real quick and make sure that the windows are in fact shut. He's taking off with another hopper. It's so dusty, I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's taking off. We don't have much left in this field. We'll definitely get it wiped out, and hopefully over in the 99-acre field across the highway, get it the rest of the way opened up hopefully tonight. So these are cutting really good, but 3 mile an hour is about all I can get out of them. They're really good beans, so definitely not setting any speed records out here. Well, it looks like the cover crop man's coming back. Sent him out with the tractor and drill, get some cover crops started. I don't know how much he got done, but hopefully a little bit. Combine's beeping at me. I'm keeping it a little over full right now. Like I said, 3 mile an hour is about all it wants in these beans. They've still got some green stems. They're testing about 11%, but they're just full of green stems and dry beans, really good beans, but get a lot of green stems. It doesn't like it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but looks like there's a fresh new baby calf out there. I wish the dust would settle so you guys could see it, but it doesn't look like it's more than a week old. So got another one. I need to pay attention, get off my phone, quit recording, and make my turn right. Just about got this field whipped. I'm in point rows now, so getting in real short rows. A couple rounds, we'll be done here. Another field knocked out, and dinner came. Okay, so we're in the 99-acre field across the highway from the farm. Got most of it opened up. And we're dumping first hopper of the night for this side of the highway. So we're gonna roll on till they get tough, but right now they're not even acting like they're tough. I turned the reel up a little bit just to throw them in. Got the first round around the outside of the field done, which should be the toughest beans, so I'm glad I got that done. But I mean, these things are not getting tough yet, so the dew must not be really setting in. There's an 80% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, so I'd like to get as many acres out of this 99 acres as I can, and hopefully get this field done, and I'll have all the beans around the farm, all the corn and all the beans around the farm out of here, and everything else is a little bit of a drive to get to, but not too terribly bad. So it'll be nice to be done around the farm though. So I'd really like to get this field done tomorrow, weather permitting, but if it does rain, I won't be upset. We need it really bad. It's getting pretty dangerously dry, so it wouldn't hurt a thing. Got a little ditch to cross here. Just a little washout. And I believe we're across it. So, but anyhow, there's a 80% chance of rain tomorrow. It's not the end of the world if it does rain. Said we definitely need it, so gonna hammer out as many acres as we can tonight on this field. You can see here, I mean, still rolling almost 5 miles an hour. Not really pulling the machine down at all, so definitely not cutting tough, so we're gonna keep on going. Dumping. It's getting kinda late. Still not cutting tough, so we're still rolling. Can't really beat it. When Mother Nature lets you cut beans, you cut beans, so we're rolling. See them falling down in the camera there. Had to stop and swap some laundry and grab the mail for him. Back to the combine we go. I'm gonna cut back to the farm. Starting to get a dew, they're starting to get tough, so gonna cut my way back to the farm and call it a night. Somebody adjusted my steering wheel, and I'm about to hit a shed. We cleared it though, barely. All right, last hopper of the night. It's almost 10:30, so got a few extra hours of cutting beans in today. And I got a late start because I was shelling corn this morning, and by the time everything got moved back home and switched over, it was about 2 o'clock before I got started cutting beans, but knocked out probably close to 100 acres today, so for having a late start, that's not bad at all. Well, it's 12:30 at night. I've got all the bins shut at the farm. Rain is right getting close to us. So I'm gonna shut these bins up here at the leg, check the moisture on them, shut the fan off, and get a shower and go to bed. Well, good morning. Got a sidekick today, and I bought a new toy. Bought a side-by-side. I've wanted one for several years. Finally broke down, found a really good deal on one, and bought one. So it's a Polaris Ranger. It's a 900. It's a 2015 model, and I really like it. So here's what it is. It is a Bex edition. No, I did not get it from Bex, but the last guy did. So it does have the Bex logos plastered all over the thing. You know, they got it for free. They still paid for it in yield and overpaying for seed, but that's just my opinion. Anyhow, it is a nice little Ranger. Got a good deal on it. Got turn signals on it. Got a horn on it, so it's not far from me making it street legal, which I do plan to do. I would like to throw a winch on it, some work lights. I'll put a couple LED pods on it on the front and on the back. That way if I'm working in the field, I can use it as a mobile toolbox. The dog seems to enjoy it quite a bit. And I'm already picking up my messes with it, so I'm gonna throw that in the back and then head back to the farm this morning. Ran a few errands this morning, grabbed some parts and some paint. You guys are about to see another project that I bought yesterday. Should be a pretty fun one. So right now we're stopped for lunch. Now, I spent $240 while I was in town on paint. I bought something that doesn't really look pretty, but it runs and drives good. So I'll let you know that much before I reveal it, I guess. Had to do some office work, paying bills, co-op, farm insurance, crop insurance, cover crop and chemicals, and a labor bill. It's fun to farm. It's just really expensive too. All right, well, here she is. She ain't pretty. She needs a little paint, but runs like a champ. It is I don't even know what year it is, but it's a Ford F800. It's got a 20-foot bed on it. Got a 3206 Cat in it, 10-speed. Not a bad truck. Runs and drives great. I already painted up the rims. On this side, I just hit them with some Case IH rim paint, so they're nice and shiny. But I prettied them up a little bit, but the bed is in pretty good shape. Just gonna slap a little paint on it, change the oil in it, and hopefully get this old gal in the field. I picked it up for a few $1,000, so it ain't pretty, but it runs really good. I'll show you the interior. Some stuff is a little sketchy on it, but not too bad. For example, the key does not work. So you flip that switch, press this button, it fires right up. here. She runs good, runs really good. And then it, excuse me. Another thing, for example, is that for high and low, it's got vice grips on here because the knobs broke off. So as long as you keep the vice grips on, you got high and low, but the thing drives pretty good. I drove it home about, I don't know, 30, 40 miles yesterday, and it ran like a champ the whole way. But just gonna do some cleaning up in it, probably put a radio in it, and she should be good to go. I drove it down here to give it some paint. So here's the before. Stay tuned for after. We're just gonna rattle can it because, well, it's a couple $1,000 truck. Not all that worried about it, but definitely want my hood to match the cab and all that. But we're gonna give her a good once over with a rattle can and slap a decal or two on, and she's gonna be a grain hauling girl. Now, I'm not real sure how much paint it takes to paint a truck with a 20-foot bed, but I know how much I'm gonna use. And these cans say they're 4 times faster. So, same. Let's get started. All right, here's a quick little before and after. Yeah, she's like new. Just like new. Okay, so we've got the underside done. I used Rust-Oleum paint that was paint plus primer, let it kind of cure, and then went over it with bed liner. So hopefully that keeps that from ever rusting again. I'm sure it will, but oh well. It looks a little better down there, so that's our start. All right, now you can see this bad mamma jamma of a power plant. It ain't much, but it's honest work. It will, it'll pull the old girl down the road, so that's all we need. So next up is our hood here. I'll slap some paint on it. It ain't gonna be pretty, but it's gonna be prettier than the clear coat peeling off, so let's get to it. Next up's our hood. Now you can see I've already done some professional grade trim work, which consisted of throwing a grease rag over the turn signal lights and painting around them with a little can. But didn't get any paint on them, so good enough. So here, looked up the serial number, and I'm about 11% sure that our universal gloss white paint is what matches factory. So we're gonna do the whole thing that way. Well, it'll all match that way. So we got her trimmed up. Nice windy day, perfect day to paint. What's overspray anyhow? Let's turn red to white. Add a little blue and this thing would be patriotic as hell. Now, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I don't think Picasso himself could have painted that hood any better. She is beautiful, and that's only the first coat. Another one down. Look at that custom two-tone paint job on them rims. I did white on the outside, did a glossy metallic black on the inside, made her shine real good. Doesn't look bad. I started to paint the back of the bed. I'm not quite finished. You can see a line right there, but the front's pretty much done. I'm gonna paint the rims up here and put some new lights on her. She's gonna be like new. And she's already claiming that one as her own. I knew it was a matter of time before that happened. She's taking the dog and going to look for the newborn calf. Got a couple that are probably not much more than a week old back there right now. But this girl, she's popping. Not looking too bad for a little bit of rattle cans. I'm gonna finish putting the red on the bed and say it's pretty much finished up. I am gonna put some brighter lights on it. The headlights suck, so I'll throw some LEDs in that. Throw some LED turn signals on, make it look all modern like, but all in all, I'll take it. Not a bad looking truck now. There's one of the new ones. Not very old. Mama's keeping an eye on things. She does not like cows. Well, she likes to watch them from a distance, but she doesn't like being up next to them. She gets all weird. He looks like he's full of bullshit. Stop and see how the old gleaner was doing. He's out here getting her done. He's shelling some pretty good corn where the weeds didn't take it over, but I'm the one that sprayed this cornfield, so really not his fault. Most of the stuff out here is foxtail and fall panicum, which is a later season weed. It comes up a little later in the year, so when I sprayed it, it was pretty clean, but had a lot of weed pressure, I guess. But anyhow, I'm gonna head back home now. All right, well, my insurance is gonna be higher than all get out because I'm gonna be snapping so many necks every time I pull into the grain elevator with this old girl. I mean, she's a beauty. Got that fresh painted black bumper, nice white hood, complete with overspray, matching cab, complete with overspray. I mean, she's quite the beauty. Quite the beauty. Not a bad job for a half hour and 150 bucks in rattle cans.